Hello, it's Monika from Crafting with Qulling Lady, and it is time for hashtag FFC Challenge 2023. In November, we're going to create a stepper card. For my project, I'm going to use some of the design papers. These two you can get for free from Buy Me a Coffee website, and then I'm going to use Colourful Autumn Collection, mini collection I designed, and I left the link in the description down below if you want to get it. I thought that would be perfect to create my stepper card today. As you can see, there are plenty of elements to fussy cut. So first, I'm going to show you how to create a multi-stepper card 5 by 7 inches. And what's really good about this, it will actually go flat in 5 by 7 envelope. So first, we're going to need 7 inches by 10 inches card base. And for my project today, I'm going to use a craft card because it has that brown color. So I thought that would be perfect to create my autumn stepper card. So then I'm going to score it exactly in half, which is 5 inches. If you want, you can take a screenshot of all my measurements, and that will give you some really good ideas to create your own stepper cards. So here I'm going to cut 2 inches from the middle with the first scoring line, and then 1 inch with the second line. And then I'm going to repeat the process on the other side. So as you can see, I'm going to do 1 inch deep and then 2 inches. Then from the bottom it will be 5 and 6 inches. So I'm going to cut 2 inches from the fold line and 1 inch, and then 1 inch and 2 inches. So now, as you can see, I'm going to create that scoring line exactly in half, which is 5 inches. So I'm going to create my scoring line using a trimmer from Creative Craft Products, and I absolutely love it. So now, when this is ready, I'm going to fold and burnish it. Super quick and simple. So if you've never created a stepper card, I really hope you'll give this one a go. It is super easy and you can use it for so many different occasions. Because in the end, it's going to look like a birthday card or wedding card. So you can use it for that occasion as well. Now I'm going to put my card here at 1 inch, and I'm going to cut 2 inches from the fold line. As you can see, I'm cutting through 2 layers, and then I'm going to move it to 2 inches and I'm going to cut 1 inch. Then I'm going to turn it over and repeat the process. So first I'm going to put it at 1 inch, cut 2 inches in. Then I'm going to move my cut base to 2 inches and cut 1 inch in. Super quick and simple. So our card base is ready. As you can see, it is super simple to create. So now I'm going to create some more scoring lines. So using my scoring board from Crafter's Companion, I'm creating that 3-inch scoring line with the first fold and then 4 inches with the second one. And then I'm going to turn it over 180 degrees and do exactly the same, which is super easy. As you can see on my scoring board, I've got that black line in the middle where number 4 is, and it is so helpful. Now we're going to create mountain, valley, and mountain of all our elements. So this is super quick and simple. So as you can see, now it will be time to burnish all those core lines. And when this is ready, then you have to decide how do you want to decorate your project. And I'm going to draw you all the mats and layers so you can also take a screenshot when I finish drawing them. So as you can see, the card base is ready. Now let's create some elements. So let's have a look how to create them. My biggest element will be 2 inches and 3/4 by 4 inches and 3/4. And I'm going to use white card for all those elements. Then I'm going to need 2 elements that will measure 3/4 by 2 and 3/4. Then I'm going to create 2 elements, and these will be 3/4 by 3 inches and 3/4, and I need 2 elements of those. Then I'm going to need 2 elements that will measure 3/4 by 3/4, and then I'm going to need 3/4 by 1 and 3/4. And these will be all using white card for my project. So then we have to use our design papers. So my first element will measure 2.5 by 4.5 inch. And then I'm going to need two elements measuring half of an inch by 2.5. Then I'm going to need two elements measuring half an inch by half an inch. And then two elements measuring half of an inch by 3.5. And also half of an inch by 1.5 and two elements as well. Now it is time to take a screenshot and let's create all those mats and layers. So I decided to use that dark background paper I designed, which you can get for free from Buy Me a Coffee website. And then I decided to use those two beautiful design papers, which you can get in my mini collection. All the links will be in the description down below. So now I'm going to assemble all those elements together using my one and only liquid glue, magic glue. If you haven't heard about hashtag FFC Challenge 2023, it is hosted by Monika, PaperMona, and every single month on the fifth day, we're going to create a beautiful fancy fold for you. Every single month is a different style. So November is dedicated to Stepper Card. At the end of this video, I'm going to leave the link to Christine's and also Monica's Stepper Cards. And I have to tell you, they are absolutely gorgeous. So please go and check them. We also have a Facebook group where you can create your fancy folds and you can put them there. Don't forget about that hashtag FFC Challenge 2023. It will be amazing if you can join our Facebook group because there are so many talented crafters there sharing their beautiful projects. So now as you can see, I'm putting all those elements together and this card is super simple to create. So when these will be ready, I also need two panels with the same brown design paper just for extra interest, and then it will be time to assemble them on the card base. How often do you create autumn projects? I think this season is just perfect. And to be honest, I'm going to have a couple of more autumn projects coming. So stay tuned for those. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I really hope you will do it and click that notification bell because I do have quite a few videos coming your way very, very soon. So here I decided to have that darkest panel in the middle, then lighter color on the sides, and then the darkest one on the sides as well. So this way I'm going to have a little bit more interest. Now as you can see, it is easy to open your card base, and I'm going to put those elements here. If you want, you can put some white panel at the back of your card and also inside to write your message. However, I do like to write on craft card, so here I'm not going to do it. So when these panels are ready, then you can decide how do you want to decorate your card. And I have to admit that recently I got very cute cutting die set from Craftash, and this one is designed by Luke Collins. So I really had to use that squirrel. If you'd like to get that die set, I will leave the link in the description down below. So here I've got two panels, the lighter one and darker one. And using my, as you can see, all the measurements, I'm going to use it as my scrap paper. So I literally just turn it over and I'm going to use my tea dye distress oxide ink to add a little bit of color on some of the sides here. And that will give me that 3D look on the squirrel. Do you have grey squirrels or red squirrels where you live? Because in London there are only grey squirrels, but when I go home and I go to the park, we do have red squirrels, and I absolutely love them. Now I've got ripe persimmon and also candied apple distress oxidings, and I'm going to add that color on all the edges of the squirrel. And I think this is just so cute. You might not see the very big difference with that ripe persimmon here, but trust me, in real life, it really makes a difference. Have you ever created a project with a squirrel? If you haven't, this die set is just perfect. I really wanted to use it straight away. So when this is ready, then I'm going to add even more ink, just for extra interest. And as you can see, the red is very vibrant. But don't worry, I'm going to use one more distress oxide ink to make it even more special. So don't forget about the ears as well. because we do want to have that contrast. Now, I'm also going to use walnut stain color because I think the brown will really finish it off. So, as you can see, my squirrel is nearly ready. So then I'm going to assemble it, but as you can see on her head, we need to add the eye. And in that cutting die set, you also have some elements. And I use my white and black card to create those elements. And actually, what's really good about this type of multi-stepper card I'm using today, I only use this scrap piece of white card from my previous project. So if you have any of the scraps from your favorite design papers, this cut is just perfect. So please use my measurements to create your own this November. So as you can see, my squirrel is nearly ready. All we have to do is to add the eye. And it is super cute. I absolutely love it. But this squirrel is looking up. And I thought, I like it, but is there a way to change it a little bit? Because when I put it on my card, I think it doesn't really work. So, there is always a way to fix your projects, right? So, here I decided to cut her head off. I was really scared about this time, but I thought, no, let's give it a go, right? I'm not going to lose anything. All I have to do is to cut her head, and I actually cut her neck as well. So, this way, I'm going to put the head where I want so she can look up, down, or straight, which I think is really cool. Now I'm going to use that label element and one icon from my free design paper. And also, I'm going to stamp thank you from that stamp set sheet I got with one of the magazines many months ago. Here I've got my stamping platform from Crafter's Companion, and I'm going to use black stays on ink for my sentiment. And I think that would really gives me that nice contrast. So, as you can see, this label is empty. So if you get my free design papers, you can stamp any sentiment you want. You can also use some cutting dice to create your sentiments, and that'll be perfectly fine. So now it will be time to assemble those elements on my card. And again, I'm going to use my one and only liquid glue because it is a book binding glue. And when you stick that scroll here, just make sure you don't put any glue at the top of her tail because that's where all the steps are. Now I'm going to put that icon in her hand just to create a very special effect, and then I'm going to apply the glue on my label. And then the card will be complete. But at this point I thought let's add few gems because why not? And here I decided to use some orange gems around the sentiment and also in the corners of the biggest element. And the card is complete. There is plenty of space to write your message inside and also on the back of the card. So what do you think about this multi-stepper card? Do you like it? I really hope you will. And don't forget about our hashtag FFC Challenge 2023. Thank you so much for watching. And here you can see Monika's and Christine's tutorials for those stepper cards. I really hope you'll enjoy it and join us on our Facebook group where we share our beautiful makes. Have a wonderful day and happy crafting. See you in my next video. Bye!